2016 Lexus RX350 doing the front brakes. So first we're going to get our wheel off. It's a 21 millimeter, and also you should have a wheel lock. Here's my 21, and then for that last one, it's a wheel lock. It looks kind of like this. It's not really going to be green, but it looks like this, unless yours has been removed. But it just goes on here, and then you use the 21 millimeter socket to undo it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get the wheel off here. And then there's the wheel lock. Alright, got that off. Go and take that wheel off. Now when we come over here, here's the caliper. I'm going to be taking this bottom caliper bolt off. Something about this inside nut might spin when you're spinning the bolt, and it might not loosen. I'll try to show you. So yeah, like on a lot of them, you just go to loosen this and then it'll just come off. But for this one, the inside nut might be spinning on you. So if that happens, just have something to hold the inside nut, like small channel locks or like a wrench or whatever, pliers. Okay, so I got this off. Once that's off, I'm gonna just gently lift this up. It could be stubborn on you. So there's these springs. Sometimes they fly out, sometimes they don't. I'm going to take these off. Most new pads will come with new ones, but not always, so save these in case your new pads don't have these. Alright, I'm going to go and save these, put them to the side. Now I'm going to use my flathead or whatever you got, just kind of pop this pad out. Careful not to scratch the rotor. Now these are Lexus pads. This is a wear indicator up here, also like a spring, an anti-shift spring. And these pads have shims on them as well, those little metal spots on the top there. I have a video on shims, Toyota shims, Toyota Lexus shims. This will slide out the back. So watch that to clarify if you're going to use Toyota pads. But if you're going to use aftermarket pads, don't even worry about it. Alright, set that to the side. Let this brake line rest nice and easy. That's out your way. It's not going to fall on you. Okay, so now we got two 19 millimeters for the rotor bracket. Now, if you're just doing pads and not the rotor, then you could just skip ahead and put the pads in. But I'm going to resurface the rotor, so I'm going to get this bracket off. It's a 19 millimeter. You could use like a long wrench, but I just use my air gun because it's a little faster where I'm at. Let's go ahead and get this off. Alright. Now set these down. When you get the last one out, of course, this bracket's going to fall. So don't let it fall on you. Hold it, set it to the side. Now I'm going to do the rotor. Now if you want, you get a bolt like this. If your rotor's rusted on like this one, or like just stuck on, it has these two holes, threaded holes in the front that you could run a bolt down, and it'll push the rotor off the hub. Just like that. Just kind of, you can go back and forth between the holes until it pops off. But it's just a way to get it off. Now you could take this off and go get it machined at a shop or replace this. I don't know what your plans are, but I'm gonna resurface mine. In the meantime, I'm gonna clean up my bracket. I'm gonna get a wire brush and clean out all the tracks here, and then pull this pin out, clean it, put some brake lube on it. This is my favorite brake lube, Seal Glide. Put a little in here, just a little bit, because if you put too much in these holes, then these pins won't go in. Alright, so I got my rotor resurfaced. I put it back on. Now I'm putting my bracket back on. Alright, put that on. It's the two 19 millimeters in the back. I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down. I'm going to put torque specs in the description, so look for those. Go ahead and get this on here. I just like run it down with the gun just until it hits the bottom there, and then I'll go in through with a torque wrench and torque it down. But I got these two tight, torqued it off camera, and now it's time for the pads. So, like I said, these are Lexus pads. They have these shims. If you save these shims if you're getting aftermarket pads, and if you're getting Lexus pads, you need to put these shims on your new pads. I have a video about Toyota shims. Just type in gearmoauto Toyota brake shims, and you'll see. Now here's the ones I'm using. These are aftermarket, import direct. Here's my part number. I'll put a link to some pads in the description. I'll put a link to everything in this video in the description. But here's these ones. Put these on. These actually they look cool. I like the look of them. And put the little anti-shift spring and wear sensors on the top there. I'll kind of put a little bit of lube on each end of the pads. I'm going to just gently put this in. Now when this goes in, you want to make sure this little sensor thing goes in. Sometimes people put it and they have it like bending out, but this needs to go in there, just like as if it was the brake pad into the little pathway. So here's my other side. And the wear indicators need to go on the top because they prevent the pads from shifting when you go in reverse. So that's just kind of a close-up, see if I can get you guys. You guys get it. Alright, so I'm going to put these springs in, but first I got to compress the caliper. This is a dual piston caliper. Both of those have to be pushed in at the same time. I have this tool right here. It's a dual piston caliper tool. Links in the description. Squeeze this here. This will push those in. Sometimes these could be stubborn. You could take your cap off of your master cylinder. It'll help these go in easier. Just remember to put it back on. And then put these springs in. Now, if you have good springs, they'll kind of push the pads out and they'll fall to the ground. So you want to hold it with one hand, and then with your other hand, put the caliper in carefully like that. And then you're going to use your hand, two hands, keep these pads squeezed together, and then have that just gently come over the top like that. And then push this bottom pin forward so it'll slide down all the way. And then we'll make sure this brake line isn't twisted or anything. People do that all the time. And then you have weird brake problems. Put this caliper bolt in and tighten that down. Again, you might have to use this inside holding it to tighten it. And that's it, guys. Hope this video helped you out. Thanks for watching. Any additional information in the comments is appreciated. I'll see you next video.
As I want to tell you about this new soap I've been using by a new company called Quantum Soap. It's a men's soap company. They make multiple different bars of soap with their own ingredients and fragrance. They even have a dark matter bar, which is more grittier. If you're a mechanic, you have a lot of dirt and oil in your skin a lot. You can reach them at quantumsoapco.com. Free shipping on orders over $50. These soaps are made in the US with all natural ingredients by hand. No synthetic this, synthetic that. They've been great. They've hooked us up with a gearmoauto promo code. So if you head over to the website, type in gearmoauto in the checkout, you'll get 10% off. Again, these guys are on Facebook, Instagram. Check them out. Check the links below. Thanks for watching.
You're pretty good. Your style is no match for mine.